All right, welcome back. Episode 19. We got a little announcement here. Got a good episode coming in. We're going to review some of our picks from last week and go into this next week. Got the Masters this weekend. Um, but yeah, we'll get right into it. We'll both go on our Bears
What's
and
the big announcement? You
Cardinals
didn't
rant.
say the big announcement.
I was going to let you say it. You want to go ahead?
Roll the intro first, and we'll announce it.
All right, roll the intro. All right, we're back. So, Joe, you want to let the 6 viewers know what the big announcement is?
All right, years. We got 12 years on us right now.
Oh, 12. Oh, we doubled.
Well,
That's good.
Well, no,
Good
6
margins.
people, two years each.
Ah.
So, not big, but announcement is so we are going to start uploading twice a week, and we are going to focus one episode completely on all the sports we want to talk about, and focus one episode completely on just us bullshitting, just talking about whatever we want to talk about, the segments, stuff like that. I don't know. I think it'll organize it better.
Diversifies the listeners.
Diversification. It's what we're about. So I think it'll be better. If you don't like sports, you can watch the other one. If you like them both, watch them both. If you don't like either one, well, keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a great job at not watching it. So, also another big announcement I didn't tell you. I don't really know how to say this. I don't jump out of your seat when I say this. All right. You promise?
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Episode is sponsored by Coors Light.
Oh, God damn it! No, it's not. No, it's not. Not sponsored. Sponsored by Michelob Ultra, Dos Equis, Coors Light, Coors Seltzer.
So grab yourself a Coors Light. Thanks to them and everybody at Coors Boulder, Colorado. So that's what I got. But
okay. Well, let's get right into. You want to just get into the picks? Go over them.
Yeah, let's
All right.
go over them.
So we kind of talked before. To know all the picks that we got, go watch the last episode. But basically, we both only missed 2, which is pretty interesting. They were both different games as well. I missed Denver and Atlanta. I had Denver, but Atlanta won. But you had that game, and then the next one you missed Baltimore at Indy. You had Indy. I had Baltimore.
I miscalled that one. I do think if fucking Indy played like they played last night, I call that game right.
But you were wrong.
No, you were 100%. I was wrong.
The other game that you missed was Raiders versus Chargers. You had the Chargers. I had the Raiders. Raiders prevailed. And then, to be fair...
So technically, I missed 3, but I won an asterisk by the Cardinals game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you did also miss the Cardinals Dolphins. Dolphins won, but you did specify if they lost, it would be in heartbreaking fashion in a close game.
So yep, exactly what fucking happened.
And then I missed the New Orleans Tampa Bay game. I had Tampa, which was very, very wrong. I even think I called New Orleans to cover, which, whatever. But
you called Tampa to cover.
Oh yeah, right, Tampa to cover, which was very, very wrong. But
I got it right. I underplayed it, but I told you Breeze is going to show you why he ain't done.
Yeah, but what is that? 1, 2, 3. Out of 13 games. 13. Wait, does that make sense? Yeah, 13. 13 games. I went 11 for 13. You went 10 for 13 plus the asterisk.
I mean, it was a wrong pick, but I mean, the dude missed a 49-yard field goal short. Like, hard. What the fuck? Heartbreaking. Like,
was it in Miami? I can't remember. It was in.
No, it was in State Farm Stadium. Fucking 20 minutes. Yeah, no, I mean, he even said he looked at the ball. He's like, I don't know what happened. Time to hit the weight room, Zane. That's all I know, but I don't know.
All right, for this week, we've got the first game is Washington at Detroit. Detroit is a 4.5 point favorite.
I like Washington. I like the football team.
I'll take Detroit. They're on a desperation.
I don't want to bet against Matt Stafford, but I'm gonna take. I would take Washington with the 4 points.
Okay. Next game, Houston at Cleveland. Cleveland is the 3.5-point favorite.
I like Cleveland to cover.
Yeah, I would agree. It's also both of those games are very losable by either team, though. You know what I mean?
I'm shocked those aren't pick'ems.
Yeah, this one gets interesting. Jacksonville at Green Bay. Take a guess at what the spread is.
I'm gonna say Green Bay is. I'm gonna say Green Bay is 13.5.
You're nail on the head. 13.5-point favorite. I think obviously Green Bay wins, but there's no way you take a 2-score spread, right?
I'm betting Green Bay to cover.
So you take Green Bay. I'm personally going to take Jacksonville to cover.
I don't but I Jacksonville. I called them dead on last week. I don't know why, but dude, they're not going to be able to stop Rodgers, and I don't think they're going to be able to put up more than 10 points.
It is in Lambeau, which I think is part of the reason. But
yeah, I mean, it's just like, is it hard for me to believe that Rodgers scores 2 more times than them? No, not hard enough.
That's fair.
Fair.
Philly at the Giants. Philly is a 4-point favorite. I could see Philly losing that game.
No, that's another
division rivalry.
Pick 'em. I like the Giants.
Giants straight up.
I like no, they're getting 4, but I like that bet.
Okay. Yeah,
I think big game from Daniel Jones.
No, I'm with you there. I think I take Giants. I just think Philly's a dumpster fire. And the Giants, they're not rolling, but they've looked okay.
They've looked like a professional football team.
Yeah. All right, next game, Tampa Bay at the Panthers. Tampa is a 5.5-point favorite.
I mean, is McCaffrey playing?
I don't think so.
After that last week, I like to think after last week, the Brady gets the Bucs under control. I like the Bucs to cover. That is one where I could very well see the Panthers covering.
I could see the Panthers taking that one for sure, but I think Tampa really, really, really needs to just almost blow them out of the water just for the sake of it being in the same division, all that. Denver at Vegas. Vegas is a 4-point favorite.
I'm going to get a little stupid with you. I'm taking Denver. I'm telling you what, Denver seems to show up in these games where they shouldn't, and they don't seem to show up in games where
Denver's really good in the fourth quarter. Drew Lock is a very good garbage time quarterback. I'm taking Vegas, but if you want Denver, go ahead.
This is going to be a bad week for me, I'm thinking, but Denver just seems to fucking show up, and I don't know why.
So this next one surprises me. So this next game, you won't be surprised by it necessarily. Oh, you might be surprised, but you'll be in favor of it. But I'm a little surprised at the spread. So it's Buffalo at Arizona.
I'm gonna be happy.
Arizona is a 2.5-point favorite. I did a double take, but it's their 2.5-point favorite. But it's because it's in Arizona.
That's a big one. If they were in Orchard Park, I don't like it because they don't go to the East Coast for shit. I get why. I think this should be a pick 'em because I think they're both two very good teams, and I think their offenses. I think Arizona's offense is better, even though Buffalo just had a great game, and I love Josh Allen. I like Arizona to cover, just because 2.5 is that's a field goal game, and if I'm going to pick Arizona to win, I think if they win by a field goal, I think Arizona has proven they're going to show up in tough games so far. Week 1 at the Niners, 2 weeks ago against the Seahawks. So I'm trying to be unbiased.
What about Miami?
But that wasn't.
I'm kidding.
Looking at the records, it should have been this is a tough, but just the bias you have off Miami, and I've said bias now twice in 10 seconds. But
educated.
We're smart, but I like Arizona in a close one, but I think they cover. But this is a tough game. Buffalo's playing well, and they're a good team. But I'll take my boys.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo. Nothing against Arizona, just Buffalo is kind of
By
rolling.
how much?
I think they win by more than a field goal.
So if Arizona wins last week 34-31, I mean, Arizona's rolling. They've won. That would be
No.
five. That would be
I'm
five
just
in a
saying
row.
Buffalo's.
4 or 5.
I'm just saying Buffalo's like offensive performance last week was convincing enough for me to feel that they will beat Arizona by more than 2.5 points.
So no, I agree. I can see that, but like, so you think I'll give the defenses not a wash. I think Buffalo's is a little better, but you think Josh Allen can outscore Kyler Murray?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's where we disagree.
No, I mean I understand like your reasoning as well. I'm just if I were to bet on the game, I probably wouldn't pick this game, but I would take Buffalo.
Okay.
Next game, Chargers in Miami. Miami is a 1.5 point favorite.
I'll bet not hurt.
All I'm saying, the Chargers are really fucking good at losing heartbreakers.
The Chargers are the
so
best.
That fucking spread is perfect for them.
No, it is. I'm betting on Herbo till he proves me right. I mean, what the fuck does Justin Herbert have to do? Like,
not throw a fucking bullshit ass fade to the corner 3 times in a row. And
don't even put the game on Herbert. I mean, Herbert's playing his ass off.
That's on play calling for sure. No, I'm just fucking around.
Herbert's playing. I'm taking the fucking Chargers.
Miami's rolling. They're on a 1-game win streak. Rolling.
Miami ain't fucking rolling.
Interesting game and spread. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 7.5 point favorite.
Pittsburgh wins. Cincinnati covers. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could really force Burrow to act a fucking fool, but Burrow, Burrow's
defense,
from what he's shown, he's composed.
Defense, I don't know. That's a tough game.
No, that defense though.
7.5 points.
That Steelers offense though, like I could see the Steelers only putting up 24, and I think Burrow could throw up 17 at least.
So you said Pittsburgh, but Cincinnati covers? Because I think I'm going to do the same.
Yeah, because I just watched Dallas with fucking Garrett Gilbert. Who the fuck are you, Oklahoma State? Put up 19. I'd like to think Burrow could do at least that.
Yeah, and he's got more. Oh, not necessarily more talent, but God, that was a horrible game to watch. This one's another interesting one. Seattle at the Rams. The Rams are a 2.5 point favorite.
What?
Right.
That defense is ass, but no, I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I don't want to say easy because the Rams are one of 2 teams, but I don't see Russell losing that one.
Yeah.
After last week, I don't see Russell losing.
San Francisco at New Orleans. New Orleans is a 9.5 point favorite. Mind you,
I like New Orleans.
Yeah, San Francisco doesn't have it's Nick Mullins. I think they don't have Kittle.
Yeah.
I think Ayuk and Debo are still out. So.
Yeah, no, I like New Orleans with the points. I like New Orleans.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 more. Baltimore at New England. Baltimore is a 7-point favorite.
I like New England to win.
Sorry. Yeah, that's not crazy. Especially with how Baltimore has struggled offensively this year and Belichick's ability to scheme differently every week. I still think I take Baltimore just for the sake of they need to win for that division. And that defense is very good and the offense of the Patriots is not. So
we're starting this right now. It's called the weekly fucking wild card. This is my weekly wild card pick right here. Patriots over the Ravens. You heard it first.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Mine's next on the last game then. Minnesota at Chicago. Minnesota is the favorite by 3. Now, let me preface some things here.
Okay.
1. Okay, well, actually, let me restart here. Especially immediately after last week, I would have immediately bet the Vikings. Immediately, because fuck the Bears. But over the course of this week, some things have changed, and some facts have come into my knowledge. The Bears, for one, they're going orange jerseys this week.
Orange unis. They're good.
So that's one. Okay. Number 2, Matt Nagy will not be calling plays for the offense.
You're undefeated from here on out. You're undefeated. I don't care if you're
3,
calling the plays. I don't care if you're Stevie Wonder's calling the plays. You're undefeated.
3, the Bears still have 4 backups in an offensive line, so that's not good. But for 4, Kirk Cousins is 0-9 on primetime games as a Viking. Now, I don't want to believe in the Bears. I just want them to lose out and sit everyone on defense and keep them healthy so they can just get as good of a draft pick as they can.
Yeah.
But, and I'm telling you, when they beat Kirk Cousins on Monday Night Football, because he's historically very bad, Matt Nagy, again, whether he's calling plays or not, has not yet lost to the Vikings or the Lions in his career as a Bears head coach. I think that will continue because Kirk Cousins is very bad in prime time, and he's very bad against the Bears. That defense reads him like a fucking book. Whatever you think of Eddie Jackson, he always performs well against the Vikings. Always.
He's
whatever you think of it. Yeah. Now, I'm telling you this also. When the Bears win this game and are 6-4, I'm going to be back in. And they will lose because they have the Vikings on Monday night. Vikings one more time. Lions, Houston, Jacksonville, and Green Bay twice. One of those times is right out of the bye, which they have next week. Realistically, I think they lose to the Vikings and Lions the second time, swept by the Packers, and beat Jacksonville and Houston. That puts them at 9-7, I believe. Might be 8-8.
I don't know the math. If they have
that's 8-8.
5 wins now,
so that's 8-8.
8-8. Yes.
Now, what I would like to think is that they beat the Lions again because the Lions are kind of a dumpster fire, even though I took them earlier. They beat the Vikings again, but that'll be in Minnesota, so that's tough. Still think they beat Houston and Jacksonville. And I like to think they split with the Packers. But that won't happen. So anyway, I'm going to be back in just to get heartbroken once they beat them. I'm taking the Bears. What is your pick?
The Bears are like a crazy ex-girlfriend that you know it's not good for you, and you know you shouldn't.
But you're fucking addicted.
But you're addicted and you keep going back. And you'll learn your lesson like that. So your wild card? That's not a wild card.
I mean, the Bears are they're a home dog.
But it's I give it to you, but I'm like I said this against the Titans. This is theoretically this game you want to be in. Stop Dalvin Cook. Make Kirk Cousins beat you.
Other stat. I forget what the exact numbers are, but Dalvin Cook has only had 4 games under a certain amount of yards and like that weren't good for a running back or like for an exceptional running back. 3 of them, so 4 of those are in his career. 3 of them are against the Chicago Bears.
No, I mean, it's the game you want to be in, and I completely agree with everything you said. Vikings.
Yeah, I understand.
Vikings show out. Kirk Cousins on Monday night.
Gets his first win.
That.
Gets his first win in primetime as a Viking.
Yep.
They're rolling.
I told you last week.
They're on a two-game win streak.
I told you last week. Vikings are a dangerous second-half team. You don't want to play them. Vikings by fucking 12.
This is true.
And
that wraps it
up. You know what? Yeah, no, that's all of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
One thing. We won't get in this episode. We could though.
Go ahead, shoot.
It's not. I know this is still sports. You lost the Guys versus Google. You're punished. You do still owe me a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing? I would like to see you. Would you be willing to spend some money on this?
I'd personally like to not, especially with the holidays coming up, but I mean, a bet is a bet.
Well, I mean, we didn't bet on you spending money, so that's fine. Be a cheap ass. I would like, if you're not going to spend, I'll make you spend little money. I would like you to buy a Packers sticker like we talked about, and I want that fucker plastered on the back of your car
For how
at
long?
least a month. At least a month.
How about this? How about this? So
this was a two-parter.
No, yeah, well, here. I'm willing to do that because a bet is a bet. Because I did lose, and I really set myself up for failure. However, Bears have a bye next week, and coming out of the bye for week 11, they play the Packers. If the Bears win, deal's off. But if they lose,
you lost.
But if they lose, I'll have it on my car for the rest of the season.
How about this? I'll take your bet. If you're saying the Packers game, right? That's the win or lose.
Right.
If the Bears win, bet is off. No, if the Bears win, I will take the punishment of whatever you want. If the Bears win, or if the Bears lose, you buy a Rodgers jersey, and you have to wear it.
Can I burn it afterwards?
No.
I'll just give it to Zoe. I'll give it to Zoe.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want with it, but you have to buy one, and I need to see you. And you can't just put it on and then give it away. You wear it.
Wear it for a whole Sunday.
With it. Wear it for a whole Sunday, and you have to post on your Instagram and our Instagram of our podcast of you in it, saying "Go Pack Go."
I don't think I'll do that on my personal Instagram.
No, that's part of the deal.
I can say no.
It's not like you're showing. I mean, you can, but that's like really like it's not like a picture of your. It's not like a nude photo.
That's fine. Yeah, deal. Fine.
And then if they beat the Packers, I'll take whatever you want. I mean, obviously, don't fucking break the bank, but I'll do what you want.
No, I'll probably just flip it with you and then give you like the Cowboys or some bullshit team. I don't fucking know.
Okay, that's fine.
I could get creative with it. All right. Hopefully the Bears win, but they won't. So I'll start scalping jerseys. Yeah. So that's what we got for the betting. Fuck. God, the Bears. Oh, why did I do that? Whatever.
Go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go. Motherfuckers. All right. So you want to talk about the Masters?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if you don't follow golf, the Masters is like the biggest tournament of the year. It's in Augusta,
prestigious.
Georgia. Fucking Georgia.
Georgia.
It's the green jacket. It's not being played at the time of year it's normally played, but started Thursday. It will end Sunday, right?
Yep.
So as of this recording, we're through for the most part through the second day. Yeah. So who was your pick?
I picked Jon Rahm.
His fucking practice round shot was nuts.
Oh, that skip shot! If you can find the link to that, or something, that'd be cool. But that was a hole in one. I mean, we can just retweet it on Twitter, but that was fucking. If you didn't see, he skipped it. Oh,
was it? Yeah, it was. It was an ace. Yeah, you're right.
Skipped it over the pond, like good 3 or 4 times. It skipped.
Yeah. And then skipped on the lip and then just rolled it right in. It was crazy. It was insane.
But no, I picked Jon Rahm from the get-go, and I think he's 8 under. He's second shot behind the leader.
Rahm is 8 under through 12, it says. 5 under for the day on the second day. And yes, he's tied for 5th, which is all tied behind the 4 leaders of 9th. If I were to bet on it, I would have taken Dustin Johnson just because he looks crazy right now. I might have had a side wager on Brooks Koepka because he's coming back and he looked really good.
You would have picked Dustin Johnson, who now just happens to be fucking tied for the lead.
I would have no. I would have taken him before. I could have told you that easy. But I mean, I'll totally admit it's a cheap. He's the number. Going into this, I'm pretty sure he was the number 1 rated golfer in the world, and it's a cheap pick. But and then I probably would have had something on Tiger, who looked okay. What's he at?
Tiger's 3 under, 4 under.
I think he was 4.
He was 4 under the first day. I don't know how he did today.
Did he fall apart? What the fuck? Hold on. Yeah, he's 4 under. He was even today, though. But I mean, McIlroy had a really good day. He might come back strong. There's a lot of good guys still in it. Tommy Fleetwood looks good. Like
I
it'll be
want to
interesting.
bring up on
Patrick Reed's
this
bitch
leader.
ass is -6.
Fuck Patrick Reed. I
Bryson
fucking
had a
hate him.
fucking disaster. Fuck that piece of shit.
I
Hey,
want to bring
Bryson.
up this point because I know. So it's interesting. So right now, what I saw, the projected cuts even. So if it's a tournament, they cut it right now. Bryson DeChambeau and Matthew Wolff would not make it.
Correct.
I think this is showing for at least this course, this tournament, the long ball. I mean, DJ is a long ball hitter, but I think DJ is a better golfer than the other two. But the long ball hitters are not faring well. This is a lot more strategy. This is a lot more course management than just bombing that bitch 350 and, you know.
Well, two things on that. I'll have to go back and find the tweet. Hold on, let me make note of these for a second. But there's a tweet that showed like it was like the average distance per drive, and DeChambeau was like 350, and there was some other guy, I forget who it was like 270.
I saw it was like
And they
247.
shot the same score, and I'm like, damn. So there's that, and then the other one I saw was that when we were out today, I watched a little bit of Bryson's round. He was on at the time that we were sitting down eating, and he was on the TV. This motherfucker, if you don't know Bryson DeChambeau, and part of the reason I hate him, he's so calculated, and like I understand like being the tough guy, fucking long ball, whatever, it's cool, but he's so calculated and he golfs so fucking slow. And this motherfucker, I swear to God, I watched him 2 minutes straight looking at a putt for eagle on a par 5, and this motherfucker was just looking it up and down, and he went to set up for a stance and then backed off and looked at it again, which again, there's nothing really wrong with it, but like I'm like, how is this motherfucker still on the screen? And then he missed it, and it was so fucking fun. He didn't even rim it. He missed it by a good inch or two, and I'm like, fuck you, buddy. And then then he made the birdie putt, so I'm like, fuck him. But it was pretty funny, and I just hate him.
To me, and I hope you understand this reference and follow along, to me, what Bryson DeChambeau is trying to do in golf with just, I'm going to hit the ball like a long driver, but also and just, because I mean, pro golf is like, you get within 100 yards, like you should be pretty good, you know?
Right.
What Bryson DeChambeau is trying to do is kind of like what Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson are trying to do in the NFL, with the running quarterback. You know, it's never really panned out in the NFL, and I don't think it ever will.
Are you saying like taking the golfer and making it a more athletic position, like as the quarterback, and trying to have that success?
To a point, but I'm saying like golf has always been 300 yards a long drive. There's people that can hit it far now, but we're gonna put it 310 down there, But now Bryson's like, fuck it, I'm gonna, where everybody else is in iron off the tee, I'm gonna hit it 350 yards at an aggressive line. And I'm gonna live with it, which I respect if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, don't lay up.
The same,
right?
Yeah, we didn't come to lay up, but it's also like with the running quarterbacks, like no, it's flashy. You'll win an MVP. It's cool. The numbers are gonna be crazy, but at the end of the day, it's just not. And you look at history, it's not what wins championship. It's not what. There's not like name a Hall of Fame quarterback that's like that much dual threat. Like there might be. Vick. No, and there's a couple. Michael Vick never won a Super Bowl. Like Michael Vick never was there. Michael Vick was never the guy, and that's just what I don't think it's going to work in golf.
He was the guy.
He was the Madden guy.
He was the guy.
He wasn't the Tom Brady, the Peyton Manning.
In longest yard, he would have been the guy. Like he's that guy.
Yeah, Paul Cruz, the guy, I guess.
in the fields of the fucking prison yard, he was the guy. Like, but
that's what I see. What Bryson DeChambeau is trying to do, and I respect it. I just don't think it'll ever work. Because I mean, if it came to a point where like, yo, this is unfair, this dude's hitting at 375, like these golf course designers are very, very good at what they do and make it as even as possible. Like you've seen where Bryson can outdrive the guy by 100 yards and shoot the same school.
Yeah.
So
I get what you're saying, and I agree with it to a certain extent. And I think part of it is like, it's just the flashy thing and like all that doesn't really work in golf because that's just not how it works, or we need a lot more guys to do it to evolve the game. But the other thing here I want to make a point of is with Bryson, like one, he uses the longest regulation driver he can. He uses a 48-inch driver, which I mean it's part of the rule, so it's fine. But it's like you're that fucking guy, and like you said, you can drive it as long as he can. But then he'll still shoot the same score as a guy that's driving it almost 100 yards less. And it's like, and that's whatever, because that's what part of golf is. Like your approach shot's probably your most important shot, but I agree with you when you say like it's just not gonna work. And it blows my mind that he's this calculated, but then he's also this fucking cocky. And he wears, what is it, a fedora?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Just not on him. He's too large to do it, but whatever.
Yeah,
Fuck him. And it's just really interesting to see, like, for someone that puts the numbers into it that much and then fucks up this much, it blows my mind. So
well, it blows my mind too because like I love long drive, the sport of long drive. Like it interests me that how crazy like that it actually like to people that don't care, it's like just swinging golf go really hard, but like true, but like it's very hard. Like
yeah,
like if you try to swing it at the golf ball really hard, like it's very hard to hit it accurately and hit it correctly.
Right.
With all that speed. So it's like, but I watch them and then a lot of them are also very, very good golfers. Like when they go to play golf, like they'll hit a 45-inch driver just because they know they still have the swing speed, they still have the distance, but the accuracy is just so much harder. Like that 3 inches on a driver is like, I don't know the percent, but you're just making it 10 times harder on yourself.
Right.
Which I don't understand because like Bryson, you could swing a 45 and still hit it further than probably anyone there. So I don't get it. It's funny, it's cool, it's a flashy thing. We're talking about it. So
right.
But it just doesn't make sense, and I don't think it's ever gonna work.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if you saw today, with Brooks, my boy Brooksy. He actually, I was kind of pissed, or I'm sure, and he was pissed on this hole. I forget what hole it was, but he was in front of the green and was chipping up, and he actually chipped and hit the pole, the pin, the flag pin, and then it bounced out off the green, and so then he had to chip again. So he was pissed because he could have got birdie on that hole, and then he ended up parring, and that kind of ruined the momentum. So he ended up -5, which was fine, and he was -3 on the day, but he was visibly angry, and I'm like, that's shitty, because like you're doing exactly what you wanted to do,
No,
and
yeah,
then it just fucks you, you know. Like he did it too well, you know, and it fucked him.
Yeah, that's tough. That's just it is what it is. So really, I mean, that's.
Yeah, I mean, he was shooting to an elevated green, so like he wanted to go long of the pin, and then it would spin back, and it was literally perfectly on line that it bounced off.
Yeah, I mean that sucks. I mean, I think hitting the pin's cool because I suck at golf. So I'm happy, but no, I mean that's golf.
Yeah, it also blows my mind. That's the bottom of the leaderboard here, like whoever Landry and Alazbal.
Okay.
They're both +14. Like that.
That's
they
funny
made the
to look at.
And they're some of the best players in the world, and this motherfucker's +14.
I mean, that's 7 under.
Oh, Freddie Couples. But yeah, it's really just crazy to me that these guys are some of the best golfers in the world. And I mean, let's see how many guys are above over par. I mean, literally, if you weren't even, you're getting cut, and it's what 91 through 60 are going to get cut, which is mind blowing to me.
Yeah, it's a tough course from what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going through the list here. Who all made it? Oh, hey, Morikawa.
Everybody that really should make it, besides DeChambeau and Wolf, from what I saw, like pretty much made it.
Yeah, Wolf +3. That's tough.
Yeah.
DeChambeau was +1. Fuck him. But yeah, all right. What else? Did you want to have a little spiel on your Cardinals or what?
I said, really. I mean, it's just that defense didn't show up. They let Tua have a fucking field day, and they couldn't get off the field. I think I'm not gonna make excuses, but I think the refs in that game for both sides was very questionable. I think there was a lot of calls either ways that I thought were very weak and shouldn't have been, but we also gave up 34 points to Tua. So, like, you can't do that to anybody because, I mean, I'm not going to put anything on the offense. Really? I mean, obviously they didn't win. So, but I mean, Kyler played his ass off. I thought Kyler was one of his best games of the year. He had the first drive. He had that fumble they took back, which sucks, but he played his ass off. Like I thought he made the right decisions 99% of the time.
No, I mean, I even said to you, I think at one point in like the third quarter, I'm like, Kyler's literally putting the team on his back right now.
No, I mean, we saw Kyler, I think 3 times where I haven't seen him all year. He lowered the shoulder just to try to get yards, and I don't, as a fan, I'm like, hell yeah, but like, I'm like, dude, don't get hurt because
you're.
But no, I mean, like he did everything I needed out of him. And
the offense wasn't the problem there. Like,
no, it's it is what it is. And then Zane Gonzalez misses that. I don't know what happened. I think he just got under it, chunked it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's big tough.
But it was weird because like the rotation on the ball wasn't weird. It was direction was perfect. It's just short. Like he just got under it. I don't know. But like
he must have had money on the Dolphins.
Yeah, he definitely did. But to me, it's like if you got under it,
Flores took a lot more from Bill Belichick than we thought.
Facts. But to me, it's like if you got under it or something, like the ball would have gone high. Like it would have like it looked like a normal kick. Like when it landed, I was like, okay, he made it. And then I'm like, they're like, no, and I'm like, huh?
Right.
And then I'm like, no, he actually fucking shorted it. Like that was just it was weird. And then I'm not making excuses either. I'm just pointing out we're without Byron Murphy, who I think would have made a decent impact on the game because I don't remember the dude's name. Andre Kirkpatrick. I don't remember the dude's name, but they weren't good. they were not. They were getting manhandled. But Byron Murphy's been good this year. Drake Kirkpatrick, I said isn't good, but I think he's better than the product we had out there. But no excuses. It is what it is. Dolphins didn't look like the Dolphins of that.
Right. No, it's weird. Like having to like see the Dolphins on like one of these sheets. Like, oh no, I think they'll win. Like it's the like they're not a bad team anymore. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Do you think they make the playoffs? Yeah. Yeah,
I do.
What's their standing in the division right now? Because Seattle's still on top, right, with 2 losses.
They're well. I think because if they had won that game, they would be leading the division because they would have the same record. So Seattle, I think they're a game back, I believe.
Interesting. Yeah, I could.
And they still have a head-to-head, so they're sitting pretty, not sitting pretty, but they're still okay for the playoff picture. But we can't have more. They can't have more games like this.
Who the fuck is we?
I'm part of the organization.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to, I just would sound like a broken record if I said anything about the Bears. I'm excited to see what they'll do without Nagy calling the plays. I think him doing that saves his job for at least another year, because he can make adjustments and make mental notes during the game rather than after the game. Even if you listen to any of his press conferences after, they'll ask him about a specific play. He's like, oh, we'll have to go back and look at it just to see everything clearly, which you can't fault the guy because that's true. But
yeah,
at the same time, I mean, if you watch a game, like he's buried in his play sheet, like, and it's just stupid calls. So like maybe that'll give him a better read of the game. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm excited to play Kirk Cousins because I think the Bears will get actually their defense will score again. They've only done that once, I believe, this year. So. But I'm also worried. Like Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, it's a good wide receiver duo. I think they still have Kyle Rudolph, right? Like he's not a bad tight end.
Does Justin Jefferson hit the gritty on Monday night?
Probably, yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. And then I mean, Dalvin Cook is having a historic run right now in the middle of the season.
I mean, but I told you'd like to think that stops against the Bears.
Right. No, you would like to think and I really a couple weeks ago I would have told you no, but then the way that what they did to Derrick Henry. Okay, I can believe it. I could see it happening for sure. You know what I mean? And I have some bit of confidence in that defense. But fuck me, that offense is bad. But there's something to look forward to. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Hope.
Yeah,
she's crazy. It's toxic, but goddamn it, you love it.
I like it. I love it, and I want some more of it.
I want some more of it. That's fact.
Yeah. But
that's a Coors Light Cold Hard fact. Sponsored by Coors Light.
Not sponsored. Motherfucker. But yeah, I mean that's all I got on the Bears. I'll have a different reaction after Monday.
I do. Last thing I'm gonna bring up. I saw a stat. It was a picture, but it was stats of Lamar Jackson's unanimous MVP
with
here.
The Kyler Murray thing. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, No, I'm not trying to be that guy, but like, get him in the fucking conversation. Like, he's not even in the conversation.
No, yeah, I definitely think Kyler's playing to a level that should deserve to be in the conversation. But the thing is, I have a couple problems with the MVP because one, it's basically the best quarterback award. I mean, there's a few exceptions in recent years or over time, but it's basically the best quarterback award. It's tough because Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are playing so well, but Russell Wilson's still thrown a pretty good amount of picks this year.
Yeah.
So and then Aaron Rodgers has like 4 turnovers in the last like season and a half, but you can't look back to last season for this year's MVP. But so there's that, and then Josh Allen's playing good, but not good enough, but he's still up there. I mean,
I think we'll both agree on this point. You made great points. Can we get off Mahomes' cock for 5 seconds, please?
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed because he wasn't in the conversation, and then he played like 2 bad teams. And then they're like, "Oh my God, he's amazing!" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but he's doing what he's supposed to do against these teams. Like, they kicked the shit out of the Jets, and who they play last week?
They played the fucking. They barely beat
beat Carolina, but that's with McCaffrey. Like, they almost lost there.
Yeah.
And Carolina doesn't have. They're a young defense, so it's like.
I think I had a perfect tweet, and it was very undervalued. You saw my tweet, right?
Did I like it?
I believe. Go to my Twitter right now, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I think you did like it. But it was that fucking where he like jogged and caught the snap and turned and threw it to a fucking
yeah.
Why are like this dude could literally breathe and they're like,
"Oh yeah,
did you see?"
You quoted it and you're like, "What did you say? Where's it at?"
No, it was funny. It was funny as fuck, I thought.
Oh, $500 million athlete catches a pass while fast walking and throws 2-yard touchdown to wide open receiver. Which
like, what the fuck?
It was technically 2-yard touchdown, but he did throw it to the back. But regardless, it wasn't like as difficult of a play as anyone made it sound. Like he motioned as a distraction and caught the ball in a normal spot and then rolled right and threw it to a guy that was literally wide open. He had 3 yards of separation in the back of the end zone. It wasn't that crazy of a play.
No, but it's like I literally think I may be crazy, but like I think in my current physical condition, I could perform that in that situation.
I think
honest to God. Yeah. No, yeah. Like that was give me any quarterback in the NFL, they could do that right now.
That's my thing. Like Patrick Mahomes is obviously a very good quarterback, but like
100%.
Like he's on the perfect team for him. Like if he's drafted, like, even if the Bears draft him, if they realized Trubisky was not the guy and they got whatever, and they got Mahomes, like Mahomes is not the MVP that he was, and he's not like he wouldn't have won a Super Bowl by now, even with a great defense and a pretty damn good offense. As far as the skill goes.
Definitely could have won a Super Bowl.
They could have won a Super Bowl, but he wouldn't be an MVP. Like he wouldn't. He'd be better than what Mitch was, but like I think. But I mean, he's not. He's literally on the perfect team. He's got a strong arm to throw to the fastest guys on the field, and I've said this before outside of the podcast, but like literally, like it's kind of impossible to play against the Chiefs' offense because they don't need to run the ball, and if they have to, they could. But like, if they don't, they have a lot of receivers that can beat guys off the ball. So if they don't, then Mahomes has to run around for like an extra second and create 3 more seconds of time, and then they'll be open because they're so much faster than everyone. And if he's on a team with slower receivers, just mildly, they could still be good at catching, like same talent level, just not as fast. I don't think he's nearly as good, and I think he throws a lot more picks.
Let me ask you this. It's not scenario. Are we seeing a kind of how we thought, Brady, Belichick is just the combo? Are we seeing Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes? This is the combo. That's granted, Brady didn't always have the speed. I mean, he had Randy Moss and stuff like that. He doesn't have the speed that Mahomes has now, but are we seeing the Andy Reid Mahomes, like that combo works?
I think
I think a lot of the credit needs to go to Andy Reid. He's a great head coach. But are we seeing just the perfect fit for both of them playing out well?
Yeah, I think in the general aspect of the question, like the answer is yes. But I mean, obviously, like the Brady-Belichick relationship's different because it was more schematic. Well, I mean, it's obviously all scheme, but like Brady won with his intelligence and his ability to make an accurate throw where he needed to, whereas like Mahomes is just, they have the best athletes on the field and he gets it to that guy. Like, and again, like I'll say this and then Mahomes is going to go put up like fucking 6 touchdowns and whatever amount of yards, but like
No, yeah.
all I'm saying, like, and he's good. Like, I'm not saying he's not good. I just think his statistics and the hype around him is slightly inflated, and I think that's fair to say that.
No, I 100% agree with you. I might agree a little bit more with you.
Yeah.
But no, Mahomes is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. I don't put him one. My definition of a quarterback, but me and you have very much differed on quarterback, so we won't even start with that. But as far like, I agree with what you're saying about the Bears. Like, yeah, you put Mahomes anywhere else, his success is diminished quite a bit.
I mean, you put Mitchell Trubisky on that fucking team, he's a lot better than the career he's had. Because I mean, he's
probably got a deep playoff run in him.
Yeah, like for sure. And I mean, they could have. I don't know if they would have won the Super Bowl, but like they could have had they would have been a pretty damn good team if they had Trubisky instead of Mahomes.
Or, I hate to bring him up because he's my boy, but you put Kyler on that team?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, because then what they lack at running the ball, they can. Like, I mean, not that they can't run the option with Mahomes, but it'd be pretty damn dirty with fucking.
But even just buying that second that you talked about, Kyler will buy you 2 seconds.
Yeah,
so
no,
imagine the fucking damage there.
Yeah.
And do I think Kyler's as good as Mahomes right now? No. But, I mean, for our argument's sake, I mean, there's possible, but it is what it is now. Mahomes is good. I agree.
I will say this to toot your horn on Kyler as well. Like, when I do watch him play, and when he gets out, and not even an open field, but when he's got the ability to run, you know, the way he moves is immaculate. Like, the way he can change direction blows my mind. Like, I thought this, like, to go back to last year with that, when the Baltimore Ravens played the Bengals, and Lamar had that 6 spin on like 3 linebackers, and then ran for a touchdown. Like, that was nasty, and it reminded me of like the Braxton Miller at Ohio State thing. But like,
that was the most. Sorry to be that Braxton Miller move, most disgusting spin move I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, oh, dude, it's. I'll watch it and still get fucking chills. Like that's one of the chills. Like the Odell Beckham fucking catch. Like, it's just, you can't believe it happened. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, no, it's like, insane.
The way Kyler Murray can he's so light on his feet and can just change direction blows my mind. If he had Lamar Jackson's ability to like not be tackled kind of thing, or like tackled well for his sake, in which he kind of does, but like just at Lamar's ability, I think he'd be just unstoppable. Like, he's so quick, and just the change of direction just blows my mind.
I mean, he's shown this year to be unstoppable.
Yeah, like he has those moments in him for sure.
I do. The only reason I'm gonna not disagree at all, but like, I just think the reason we don't see that out of him, and we see it out of Lamar, because I think Kyler is a lot smarter than Lamar Jackson, and I think he's thinking a little more long term than Lamar Jackson.
I get what you mean.
Because even in college,
Kyler another plus of Kyler, he knows how to slide. If you didn't know, he was a baseball player. If you didn't hear that the fucking million times he got drafted, and even through every fucking broadcast he plays through, but he was a baseball player, so he knows how to slide.
9th overall pick by the Oakland A's.
Fucking, I hate that shit. Like, I know you're gonna go on a point, but when fucking announcers go on repetitive fucking stats and things, like, it's so annoying.
No, like, it's stupid annoying.
So many times. But go ahead with what you're gonna say.
No, I just think Kyler realized Kyler's small, he's short, but Kyler's 200. Last time I think he's 211 pounds. Like, he's an athlete. He's a stocky guy, but it's like, I think he realizes, like, dude, you can't be taking these hits over and over. Look at the greats; they don't take the hits like that. Right. Like, they might get sacked, but they don't do it. Like, Russell Wilson doesn't take those hits. Mm-hmm. All the people that last don't take those hits, and maybe I'm wrong. He just doesn't do it because he doesn't like getting hit, but he's gonna last if he keeps doing what he's doing. He's gonna last for a long time. Yeah, and where I still don't think Lamar Jackson is gonna last, just because he's flashy and he's 100% every play, but like, he's not the biggest of guys. He's not small, but like, he's not gonna last in my opinion because of the way he plays. And maybe he'll learn as he gets older and older in the league, but the way he plays right now, I don't think he lasts.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that argument and we're seeing that with the inefficiencies of the Baltimore offense. Like, there's still weak spots, and going in, I really thought they took the helm from the Saints as the most talented team all around. They added Calais Campbell on defense, and that team was just going to be crazy. But then they lost Marshall Yanda, and that really showed this year that their O-line was kind of struggling, and that really took a hit on their run game and made Lamar try to have to do more, and he kind of hasn't yet. And I think with Kyler, not that this wasn't really proved last year when he won Rookie of the Year, but I think he's really showing that even though they had a number 10 overall quarterback on the roster, that taking him number 1 the following year was not the wrong decision. It was definitely the right decision. And like, he's their guy. Like, he will be the guy. I mean, people are already saying that about Burrow and Herbert, like fucking 5 games in, which they've played like it. But like, Kyler's,
I won't disagree on those statements, but it's early.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, it's early. Like, it just is early. But like Kyler's the guy. Like, he's the guy in Arizona, and he will be for a while.
He's the guy, and I think what he's doing great now, which I'm surprised, 100% surprised by him, because even last year he did this, but he's done it a lot more this year. When he gets out of the pocket and he could easily take those 5 to 10 yards, his eyes are downfield.
Yeah.
But he's got that ability to just go and just change direct. Like, he can do that because his eyes are downfield. He can give it that extra half second, maybe something pops open, or he can go. Where I think Lamar, once he gets in that mindset, he's go, and he's extremely fast, and he's extremely elusive, but that's just hits on hits on hits, and that's...
It's almost like I really do agree with you, because that's kind of the thought I've had. Like, Lamar is almost looking to run, and it's kind of like, what was it, like the 06 Madden or with Michael Vick, or was it 04? Like, all you wanted to do was run with him.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Spin out of the pocket, and you go.
You might call a pass, but you're looking to run, right? Whereas Kyler, and I think that plays to his game, I have noticed that, like, he is looking to pass until the last possible second, and then he'll make a play with his legs, and it's a safe play. And you're not seeing him throw picks because he's afraid to run either. Like, you're seeing him trying to make a play to the last possible second, and then he's like, okay, I'll go to my legs. And I think that helps him to an extent, because if he's attacking the line, these backers and everyone that's looking at him for the ball are going to come up, and then he still might be able to zip that one in, and get a blown open play. So if I were a Cardinals fan, and maybe I'm saying this because I'm just fucking depressed with the Bears, I would be very intrigued and confident going forward.
Yeah, and then I just think last we'll get off this, but I think one, he's showing the ability to throw on the run, which is he's been very accurate while doing it. But also, shout out Cliff Kingsbury, because I think the design quarterback runs he's called for Kyler Murray have been executed to perfection.
I think Cliff Kingsbury is underrated, because
underrated 100%.
But he gets kind of shit on, but he's smart.
When he called Kyler number, there is numbers out in front of him, and that play is ran phenomenally. And that's why he has all these rushing touchdowns, is because when those plays are called, they're at the right time, and there's blockers there, and Kyler doesn't need to juke out 10 people. He'll make 1 or 2 guys miss, and he's fast enough to get there. So shout out Cliff Kingsbury. He's done a phenomenal job, I think.
Do you guys have a tight end?
Yeah, we do. Dan Arnold, Max Williams. Max Williams caught a touchdown. Mad Max caught a touchdown last week. But it's
who's that fuck at Florida right now? Hicks or something?
Kyle Pitts.
Can you imagine if
it's disgusting.
He won't be, like, that kid might go top 5, but can you imagine?
No, Kyle Pitts could fall to him.
I don't know. He might go top 5. He might go. Well, he probably won't go top 5 because they're going to take 3 quarterbacks in the first fucking 3 picks. But
yeah, but no, he won't. But like, no, it's disgusting. But that's what's great about this offense is, like I said, I think I said last week, we don't need a great tight end. We need a decent tight end.
Right. Yeah, and because like you say, and I actually wanted to get into this. This is one of the things I wrote down that I was going to surprise you with. Of just looking ahead into the draft, because we're halfway through the season. Again, me as a simping Bears fan, just looking ahead to the draft.
Rose.
Like what would you add right now? Would it be an O-lineman? Would it be something on defense? Would it be?
I would add a stud corner.
Stud corner, which there aren't really a lot of.
No.
This year.
I mean, shit. It's hard to say if I could add one thing. I would want to add another. Because I still think Patrick Peterson
in free agency or the draft or both.
Either one. I want another good corner. Because I think
I wish they could have pulled off that Stephon Gilmore trade.
Oh,
holy fuck!
It's a wrap. Because I think you got Budda Baker and whoever else you want to put back there, I think is good enough. Because Budda's disgusting. Patrick Peterson is past his prime. I think.
before the season if you would have fucking said that ever.
No, it's insane, but Patrick Peterson is past his prime of those crazy Patrick Peterson days, but he's still good. He's still above average.
Very serviceable.
So you get, I think Byron Murphy's young, but he's good enough to play that nickel, play the inside slot receiver. You get another stud corner, and you have our offense still as it is. I like our chances to outscore whatever team you put in front of them. But I'll never not be opposed to adding a great lineman or if I go offense, the only thing I'm going is Kyle Pitts or a lineman. But man, I'm looking defense. A stud backer is.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're the Cardinals, you definitely got to go with defense or like.
But it's like we went all in on not all in, but we drafted Isaiah Simmons 8th. It's his first year. I don't think he's played horrible, but he just hasn't been like, oh, there's Isaiah Simmons. But give him time to develop. Give him time for them to figure out where he needs to go with his skill set. And I think he has a big second year where they finally find a role for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he just hasn't found a role. Like it's like you got this. It's like you live in the snowiest place possible, just horrible weather, but you got this old Ferrari in the garage. Like you want to drive it, you know what it's got, but it's like you just don't know when to take it out because it's just not.
It's just not the right time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I fully agree with that too. I think because there's been a little bit of Isaiah Simmons hate, like, oh, he was so hyped up. What's he doing now? But I just think it falls on like he's so athletic and such a great player, but like he's positionless that almost hurts him. But that's just coming right out of college. I think he's going to have a great career, and the Cardinals got a lucky pick there. Now, if I'm the Bears,
oh Jesus.
It's crazy to say that like they need so much, but they do. Like they only have one first round pick and they need first round talent all over that offense because and the thing is it's the narrative's kind of shifted from what I've heard from like the analysts from the Bears media and all that stuff and podcasts on that end. In a couple weeks ago we would have told you we need a tackle, first round tackle regardless. Now that was when we were 5-1, 5-2, and we were going to end up in the 20 to 30-ish range. And I'm just saying 30 is a wide range. No. I know. Like it won't be 30. Like I know that, but I'm just saying, it'd be the back end of picks there where it's really more second round talent than it is first. And we would need a tackle. Now it's kind of any lineman we'll take, a guard or tackle. I did watch, a mock draft video, and they had us getting a guard from Ohio State at like 16 or 18. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine because anything on the O-line helps. And I kind of am starting to agree with the narrative that we also need a quarterback because Nick Foles ain't it, right?
I don't want to give up on Nick because I'm a big Dick Nick fan. But it's like I'm hypocritical if I don't give him shit because I gave Trubisky shit in the same situation.
Yeah, granted, like if you look at the stats.
Granted, I've watched the games and I'm like, Nick doesn't have a lot here. Like, this is a tough situation. I don't think anyone succeeds in that situation right now.
Right.
But I'll give him some hate because he hasn't performed. But
like the Bears have to find a way to take a tackle or guard in the first round, probably with their own pick, and find a way to get back into the first round, whether it's ahead of their pick or behind it, and take a first round quarterback. They have to, and let Nagy draft him.
Who?
My prayers are that Kyle Trask falls, but he won't. And then the best guy that's going to be there late is going to be Mac Wilson. And I don't think the Bears can do anything with him. Or Mac Jones, I mean, not Mac Wilson.
I was like, the linebacker for the Browns?
Mac Jones.
I don't want Mac. I don't know why you'd want Mac Jones.
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, he'd be probably the last guy there as far as first round talent goes.
What about this? Listen to this. You know who I like for you at the Bears and I think would fall there?
I don't know.
Mr. Ian Book of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
They would pick someone from Notre Dame too. They would.
I hate Notre Dame, but I've always been an Ian Book fan. He's just never been. But Ian Book, there's something about the guy that I like. And in your situation, if you want to go quarterback, which I'm not there yet, but I'm not as into it as you are on that side, I like Ian Book because you're not going to get Lawrence. I doubt you get Trask. If I were you, I don't want Mac Jones.
I
Not
don't
a
want Mac
single
Jones.
bit.
I don't. No.
I think Ian Book is a good.
My guys are either the kid out of BYU or
Zach
Trask.
Wilson. No,
but Zach Wilson won't be there either. He's going to go early. His stock's just rising.
He shouldn't though.
I know.
BYU hasn't played anybody.
They just look good, but they're not good. Like it's because the thing is, as like looking at the Bears, like they only have a few select years left with that caliber of that defense, and the offense. Like there's still questions around Allen Robinson if he's going to come back this year because they won't offer him any fucking money, and like the offensive skill position has talent, but Nick Foles ain't it, and that O-line needs help, so they can't neglect the O-line position like they have for the past however many fucking years. But there's nobody, like any veteran quarterback you're going to get isn't going to work because that's somebody else's trash, right? Like, and say, the Jets get Lawrence, we can go get Sam Darnold. I don't think Sam Darnold does any better than Mitch Trubisky did in Matt Nagy's system, personally. So, I mean, you have to let Nagy get his guy in that sense, but you can't neglect the offensive line. So it's like they're in a shit dilemma. But I don't want them to give up future assets either because this is our first year with a first-round pick in 3 years, I think. No, well, our last first-round pick was Mitch in 17, I think. We might have got Roquan in 18, but we got Roquan in 18. But number 58. But with the Mac trade, which I'm not mad about, but we just haven't had first-round picks and gotten first-round talent. So it's like we're in a weird spot as Chicago Bears fans, or me, not you, but
yeah, but no, it's at some point you got to walk away from Mr. Matthew. I think
we'll see what he like. I do think honestly he's saving his job by not calling plays this week, and hopefully for a few weeks in the future. Because if they do bad, he can blame it on someone else, and then if they do good, he's like, yeah, we're getting a lot of good evaluation here and all this bullshit. So I don't know. I hope. When the Bears are going to beat the Vikings, like it's just going to happen, and they're going to beat the fucking Packers because I don't want to put a fucking jersey on. But like hopefully they're back in and like they can be a 10-6 team or an 11-5 team somehow. And
yeah,
I don't have any hopes for the playoff in the playoffs if they make it. But then again, like once they're there, I'm going to be like, oh my god, they can beat anybody here. But their offense is abysmal. So I don't know. It's the pain of being a fucking sports fan.
Yeah, no, it's a rough
fucking pain. But what are you gonna do?
I don't know what you can do, honestly.
All right, well, you want to wrap her up there or what?
Yeah, no, that's about all I had.
All right, we'll see you guys early next week for the bullshit side. Or bullshitting side, not the bullshit side, but you know what I mean.
Probably both, but
yeah, you know
what we're doing.
As far as ratings go, it's bullshit, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But, yeah, I guess we'll roll it out.
All righty.